I would do a video for you regarding the information that came to me, and it was definitely meant to be. It is a big mind-blowing, it's mind-blowing. It's something I kind of already knew, but I wasn't sure, okay? First of all, okay, it starts with the inhabitants. The original indigenous inhabitants of this planet, planet Earth, the original Terrans, are the black people.
Of course.
Not African people. I'm saying the black people.
Yeah.
Look what I found out.
I was talking to this pastor, and this pastor was like, y'all young people's finding out the secret. And I asked him, what secret is he talking about? He said, yes, America is Egypt. He was like, that's what the Seminole War was about, the Louisiana Purchase was about.
Of course.
And he was like, look up this map. It's called Tamari. And he said, y'all is Tamarikans. So I went to look up at the map, right? And I was amazed he was right. He was like, that's y'all true nationality. And he was like, when the Seminole War broke out, that's when they won and they took over America and started calling them Americans, and they spelt it different. And the Bible is based upon y'all. All pastors know this, Freemasonry know this, everybody know this.
This is a secret history of the black race that the Europeans were trying to keep from you. And it's not just black people who are being erased from history, it's actually the European characters who were black who are being reworked. For example, Julius Caesar was also black. Did you know? The kings of England were all black.
Yes.
Until, photography came around. And Christopher Columbus himself was black. So, and as you can see here, the white homeland is in fact, the very North European section up here. So, I mean, that makes me question the veracity of the kings of England being black, actually, I've got to say. But everyone was black up until the white Europeans took over the world and made everyone white, historically.
When white people came to Africa, they came showing themselves as superior to the black people, digging out things that black people taught them. What we don't have in our history books is that the civilization we have in Europe today was brought to us by black people. Even black people don't know that. Even many black people don't know that.
Yeah, we do.
They don't know that the Moors, they were West Africans and North Africans and Central Africans that came to Europe and ruled Spain. They brought civilization to us. They showed us how to use soap, how to be clean, how to behave like a decent human being, All these things we didn't know that before the Moors brought civilization to Spain. Did you know that the Moors ruled in Spain for 700 years? Where is that in our history books? It's nowhere to be found. Because why? If you are giving black people that power of having once ruled over white people, wouldn't black people start like
the fall of Jerusalem and the fort, and when Jews were scattered all over the world? We have to remember one thing I think is very important, that the white Jews that we see today have no bloodline connection with the Jews of the biblical period. They were converted to Judaism in Europe and in Russia. They were converted and have no bloodline connection with the black Jews who make up the biblical Israel that the Bible writes about and of which Jesus was a part.
Well, what happened to the black Jews?
The black Jews are still in existence. There are black Jews in America. There are black Jews all over Africa. There are black Jews in Palestine. There are black Jews everywhere. Diane's daughter complained not more than 2 years ago that black Jews had moved on either side of her house, and therefore her property had depreciated in Palestine. Black Jews had depreciated her property. Jews had moved directly from Palestine to India, and the community celebrated its 1900th anniversary or something, and they had white Jews who had immigrated from Europe and black Jews who had originally come from Jerusalem at the fall of Jerusalem, had an uninterrupted straight line of connection from the fall of Jerusalem to India. All over the world there are black Jews, but the Zionists Jews who had been converted to Judaism have taken over the control of the definition of what Judaism is, as white people do with anything. If they come into it, they take it over and define what it is, as you stated in your introductory statement. So we have to remember that white Jews, when you see them on the street, are not the Jews of the biblical period. And that sometimes confuses black people who ought to be black Christian nationalists.
The European colonists took over and started calling themselves Americans and started changing the history, saying that they brought us here. We were always here. You've got pyramid kuntas in Central South America that are older than the pyramids in Giza in Misraim that the people call Egypt. Older. You've got civilization principles that are here in Lower Egypt that you call Kentucky and Tennessee area that is older than they are in what you call Egypt. But those things are held secret because they don't want these people to know that they're the heirs apparent to this land. So they branded them Negro, black, and colored to cut off the linear history. So when the people think they're Negro, black, and colored, they can't tie to the illustrious history of the founders of civilization. And as a matter of fact, they keep trying to leave and everybody else trying to come here because they don't even know that this is the hub, the North.
And here to present the
this
actual
dude's
films
lit.
of tonight's bold journey is John Stevenson.
Deep in the jungles of French Guiana, Mr. Herman Jessen, the Amazon trader, makes his way up the Moroni River, aided by friendly natives, the primitive Indians along its banks, for their spears, baskets, and primitive artifacts, and often has to eat only what nature provides.
This little boy is one of the sons of the Bushmen, and I gave him a piece.
Yeah,
of
see what he
food.
looked like?
That's what he did with it. He couldn't figure it out. To pole our way into this. In another part of the village, we see one of the girls fixing the hair of a lady chief of the village. This is another little baby of Tutu, and the girl is winnowing rice into this native Boni Bushman village. And the paddle I'm trading here with these Bushmen. One of the native girls brought us some fruits, and we are trading it for this empty oil can. Shoving off on our way now to the next Boni village of Assisi. And you see the way these boys are built with their shoulders and muscles, that they really are good for this type of work.
They're very stocky people, Mr. Jessen.
Oh yes, they're very healthy, and they're really children of nature. The language is taki-taki. It's a language of about 300 words. I learned to respect these people. I never lost anything. On the whole trip, everything was kept in order. And as I came to these villages, they all brought me gifts and eggs and rice, and I was really treated royally going up there. The town of Assisi, the second Boni village, here's a bakery. You see, these people are very primitive, but still in all, they have high moral quality. They don't know hate, they don't know jealousy and envy. These people were very much interested in trading with me, and of course dancing and making friends came first. It's kind of a combination of cha-cha-cha and merengue.
They can only lie to you for so long.
Now, the little ones get into the act, and this one to the right is the son of the chief. We leave this little town of Assisi, and we are hitting some very fierce rapids now. The Guayana Indians are the Indians who live further up the river, and they have long hair, men and women alike, and we are trying to see whether we can get permission to get up further into that country and have them guide us. I love to do as they do, and I think the best way to go into these native places is to dress just the way at home when you approach them in that respect. We are now starting to trade with the natives. Our boat was 50 foot long and 4 feet wide, and there were 4 of us going on this long trip up the Moroni River.
Message!
Hey! We got a live one, ladies and gentlemen. But this dude ain't paying attention. And he don't know he's dealing with the guy. Here's the proof positive right here. First of all, to never trust nobody who shakes his own mustache up. Number 2, I showed everybody this yesterday. This was found in Memphis, Tennessee, boss. I didn't really go into depth about what that is. And as you can see here, they're trying to get rid of it. Now, why would you get rid of this beautiful piece of artwork? It's made out of alabaster, meaning as soon as you touch it, it will start healing you. It can help you with your meditation. Now, what I didn't talk about is what that right there is. See, because you getting hung up on just the statue, but it's actually a time capsule. There are records and books up underneath of that right there, boss. That is in Memphis, Tennessee. Those records are meant to push mankind forward. This is what they don't talk about, and you, my friend, certainly ain't getting us no closer to nothing. You responded to me talking about anime and all this other. This cat don't know he's talking to the God. This here is a full page of what I posted the other day. If you look close, you'll see they say that there was a whole city there, and that the Sphinx was exactly like the one in Egypt. You must have been in the back row when I was telling everybody and talking about it yesterday. Listen, bro, stop shaping up your own beard. Go look at my other videos. I'm trying to help you. If you don't want the help, get off my channel. To my people, I love y'all. Peace to the gods and the goddesses of the planet.
Hello, I'm William Atlee, and this is a news brief with truth. See the men on the screen. They are the ancestors of the African American, but there is a problem: their true identity. Thomas McNeely has the story.
Well, William, the African American community is deeply divided due to the tagline, African Americans ain't Africans, which can be found in numerous places on the web. Now, it should be obvious as to why it's causing a commotion, but if it escapes you, let me explain. The current American education states African Americans were brought to America as slaves from Africa, which is simply not true. They are American indigenous, not descendants of Africans. As they say, the truth is stranger than fiction. Although this fact isn't spoken of openly, it's not a secret. However, with programming such as Roots, 12 Years of...
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know.
Yeah.
How would they know?